Good morning, everybody. It's Ferla. I'm back again with part 2 of my cannabis tincture video. I have my cannabis mixture here with the other plant substances that I put into the pot. These have been steeping overnight on the lowest setting possible. These are plants, so you don't want to char them or overheat them because you can create carcinogenic benzopyrene compounds that are not good for you. So you want to steep this on the lowest possible setting. My crock pot has a keep warm setting, which is what this has been steeping on for about 12 hours. If you don't have a keep warm setting and your setting is only high and low, then you can use low for maybe 6 hours. So what I'm going to be doing is straining this into a cheesecloth, or what I have here is just a regular washcloth and a strainer. So I'm going to be pouring this mixture into here and straining out the solids from it. It smells so good, by the way. And this is how it, well, I don't know if you can see it, but the oil has taken on a beautiful brown color. You can use cheesecloth for this, or if you really have patience, you can use a coffee filter, which will really get all of those little bits out of there, because there's a lot of powders in here, and those powders are going to create a bit of a residue that will stay with your oil the entire life of the oil. I don't feel like waiting right now. I just want to show you what I'm doing, so I'm just doing that. So while this is straining, I wanted to say a few words about the fact that some plants are off limits to people. We're not allowed to use some plants. And it's just crazy because we all use pharmaceutical drugs for pain and for anxiety and depression and all that stuff. And I can guarantee you that the root ingredient of all of the pharmaceutical drugs is a plant, okay? And these plants, these alkaloids, these plants with alkaloid compounds in them have been with humanity for thousands of years. And so they've been hijacked by the pharmaceutical industry. And to me, it's just bullshit. Okay, so one thing I forgot to tell you last night, it's a very important step while you're putting your ingredients in your crock pot. You have to choose a natural solvent, which is going to help to break down the compounds to release even more of the alkaloid, of the medicinal properties. And you can either go alkaline or you can go acidic. Okay, you can also go salty if you choose. I didn't want my medicine salty because well, you know, I get enough salt in my diet, so you kind of want to keep that in mind. Is what is it that you're lacking in your diet? Are you lacking vitamin C? Because this is vitamin C powder. So if I wanted to have more vitamin C in my life, I would put just about a teaspoon of vitamin C in here. And vitamin C is something you should take every day, and you really cannot overdose on it. So, you know, you could go up to a tablespoon with the vitamin C, but that's going to acidify the mix, and it's going to help to break down those tough cell walls to release those compounds. You can also use citric acid. Citric acid is another one. I don't personally consume citric acid internally because I have kidney issues, and so these citric acid crystals kind of exacerbate that problem, but it's definitely a very good preservative, and it will extend the life of your medicine, because this medicine is highly perishable. Okay, once you make it, you have to keep it in your freezer, and you can add these things after you make it too. If you forgot to put them in the first place, that's okay. The other one I have here is hydrochloric acid. This will inhibit bacterial growth. Again, it's an acid, so it's acidic, and this will help also to help you with your digestion. It kills bacteria along the digestive tract. It's wonderful, and it will increase your own stomach's digestive power when you ingest this. So if you need digestive power, you can put a few drops of that. Most people don't have hydrochloric acid, but I'm just making you aware that it's a wonderful medicine for digestive issues. So that's if you want to go the acidic route. If you want to go the alkaline route, then you can go with bicarbonate. This is what I used because I take vitamin C and I take a lot of acids every day. And so I tend to be on the acidic side. So what I wanted to do is to take, to add something that would help to alkalinize me throughout the day, and that would be baking soda. So this is all strained out. I'm just going to squeeze the rest of this oil out in here. If you want to make another batch with this, you can. You can just put less oil this time and make another batch, because some of these things will still have alkaloids in them, like the mawang. These mawang are really tough and really strong, and they last for several tries. So there's that. It smells so good and it feels so good and smooth. So if you notice, the only things I put into the medicine are plants, okay? I didn't put, vitamins. I didn't put zinc or stuff like that, except for the vitamin C, which I feel is always a good idea. And you can use vitamin C before or after. I always use vitamin C in my bone broth. So I know that you can cook with vitamin C powder. I bake with it. It helps my dough rise and be more fluffy and bouncy. It inhibits mold, so it's a great thing. But these are just plant compounds. I don't recommend trying to, make a multivitamin with a bunch of different supplements and stuff. Just plants. You can use this oil for many different things. I'm going to be using it in a tincture like this, and I'm going to be pouring this into a dropper so that I can have it on standby. And after that, then I can use it for anything. I make my own soap. I make my own beauty products, shampoo, hair moisturizers, conditioners, and you can use this oil in anything. Okay, this is wonderful, soothing oil. You can use this on your skin. You can use this on your hair. If you want to make a solid version of this for a muscle rub, like say, for sore muscles, you can use the same recipe, but you can add arnica or some of the more analgesic herbs to that, and use coconut oil to make a solid, muscle rub. So I can see in here that there's a lot of debris from the powders that I put in there. So I really don't know if I want to pour this into my container yet, but you can see I'm pouring it into a container that's tinted, because it's light sensitive, and it's also sensitive to temperature. So what I will do, I'm going to filter this again into a coffee filter, because there's still a lot of debris in here, and that will decrease the shelf life, and I want it to last as long as possible. So once I get it in here, after I double filter it, this will be going in the freezer. It will last in there for a while, probably 3 months, and you can just pour from that into your little container or your jar or whatever as needed. It won't freeze because it's oil, but it'll maintain its integrity for that amount of time in the freezer. So Princess Featherheart says hi and bye, and thank you for watching.